Hello folks, welcome to the usual Friday videos. Yes, I know it's been a while. We're going to also have the poll of the week. But anyways, Fans Friday did happen and we got some stuff to tell. We got some things to talk about. So anyways, I made a list. I got to make sure I read it. And here we go. So first things first, we have Red Eclipter, which at first I was like, Red Eclipter? Did we have that before? And then, well, at least the good news is that, I guess, the research department, even though one person's like, they don't have a research department. But it's like, either way, they did their research. It turns out Red Eclipter happened at the very end of Power Rangers in Space. For one episode, he destroyed the Delta Megazord. Oh my goodness. Wow, damn. So they decided to actually do a figure for him. And I'm like, okay, I'm game. Loretta, remember Loretta? She's the one that they usually throw under the bus. But she actually was on point as the lead designer of Red Eclipter. Red. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I was saying it wrong. Oh, damn it. And apparently he's going to be shipped to us in spring 2022. So that's what's going on. And apparently the reason why it is later than they want to, is because they have issues with the freaking ship over there. So anyways, we now talk about the Ascension Project, aka the Zord Ascension Project, aka Zap, aka we got the freaking Dino Megazord. Again, another look-see at this, which, well, it's kind of funny, and I'll talk about it when I get to this little point, and it's just going to take a little minute. So they have 4 designers who actually was on this. We have 2 engineers who made sure they read some Sentai books to make sure it's just right. They did, it's 1/44 scale, and they address floating pieces. You know, so basically they actually gave Mastodon a rear end, some derriere pieces, and also the Red Ranger's Tyrannosaurus, his tail can come off. Of course, the Mastodon's head can come off, and I think that's basically it. Besides the hands can come off as well, and they store them somewhere. And of course, we have this beautiful painted power sword. So yeah, that's basically all that really needs to be mentioned on that. Then apparently it's Zord, not Megazord Ascension. There's a reason why they call it Zord Ascension Project and not Megazord Ascension Project, because they don't want to map it. But yeah, but anyways, yeah, apparently it's like Zord, so it's like the Zords also make a difference. Yeah, but the messed up part is, like, even if you go like individual Zords, the individual Zords are usually our Megazords. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. Plesio Charge Megazord. Q-Rex Megazord. I can keep on going where it's like, yeah, what about, well, Dragon Zord is like the only one that actually has a little bit of a stipulation. Titanus also have a stipulation too, so it's like a very, very small bit. So Ascension was actually this idea, which we actually got the people who are in charge, and the one in the middle, turns out it was her idea to name it Ascension. Her idea. So yeah, and she just named it because she thought it was cool. Okay, sure, why not? Any Zord can come, and they're going to make an archive, and apparently if there's a variant, it'll be 0.2, maybe even 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, but you just 0.2. So basically, here's the Megazord right now. Here's what it's titled, MZ101. So that means the black and gold edition is MZ101.2. Chances are that's what they're going for. And if you guys already remember what happened beforehand, it turns out that the black and gold, you had to do it for like, what, 1 to 2 days? Something like that? Yeah, they didn't mention it ever again. They didn't mention it in this Fan Friday, and I'm not sure they're going to even mention it ever again. So take that as you will. See anything else? The Dragon Zord inspired the Z design, and let's see, layers of unboxing. There's so many layers that you have to unbox it from. So, oh, and here's the thing: is the reason why it's a project is because they want to do something more. They basically want to show the middle finger to what was it? Power Rangers. I know it was Sentai Planet, but what was the other one? It was Power Rangers something. Yeah, they want to make that look like a freaking damn train wreck. Well, not really. Technically, they want to take the Wikipedia pages, the fan pages, and say, fuck you, we do it better. No offense, they're not really doing that. All they're doing is just basically making battles, information on the Megazord, and downloadable content. So they basically are giving the Wikipedia pages of the Megazords, all the Megazords, a run for their money, chances are. But of course, they have to build it first. And note, any Zord can come, even one from the freaking comics, aka the Dragon Slayer Zord, I guess, Megazord, is that what it was called? Either way, that Zord can come someday. Heck, even the freaking Megazord that came from Power Rangers and versus the Ninja Turtles, even that Megazord can come. So it's like any Megazord you can think of might actually come in time, which means even the crazy combinations that happened once before, even though, well, did that happen? I think it did happen in Clash of the Red Rangers. So anything can happen. That's the good news. Anything can happen. And I think that's basically everything. The only difference is that they didn't tell us the price, and the products is not actually final. So there could be a little bit more touch-ups and stuff they can do. So that's all that really needs to be said about that. And then the rest of it, which I think it was like the second, the 1/3 was about the freaking toys. And if you note that they did have Javi, the Black Ranger, in it, in one of their pockets. And then you had the Green Ranger in her pocket, which is like, oh yeah, well, she's also part of LGBTQ. Whoop-de-doo-doo-doo. I personally don't care. All I really care about is that Izzy stopped endangering people, damn it. It's like, dude, Slither can turn into any person he wants. I'm pretty sure, until further notice, stop freaking hosting damn ass freaking team building whatevers. Please, for the love of God, don't. And your girlfriend, you better be super careful. It's like, damn, if he was able to do that for realsies, I mean, he picked Adrian. If he actually did pick your girl, then you would be maybe kind of screwed. You'd be maybe a little bit screwed, except if you know how to do it right. If Slither knows how to do it right and actually assume her identity, you're screwed. You would not know she was gone. So just saying, you kind of need to stop freaking endangering people, though. That's why I would care about your character. That's how I care about your character. Make sure they don't get hurt. We cool. If you're going to make sure they get hurt, well, damn, what the frick? It's like, oh, damn, what the frick? So anyway, so yeah, we go into comics. We already get some roll downs, the fact of where Billy and Zordon had some little disagreements about recharging the Green Ranger power coin, which is like, what, this is like a second or third time. It's like, yeah, the comics, I don't really know. And I'll talk about the messed up rant in the very end, which is not on Boom Comics. It's just on the fact that it doesn't exist, but it sure fucking exists. It doesn't exist, but it sure freaking damn exist. Anyways, they basically talked about the war that's ahead. That actually turns out that Zordon's planet, they actually lost their way, turned evil, and now we see the backlash of it. And they had two stories, but it turns out the two stories are actually just one story. It turns out one of the ones that Zordon hung around with when he was like a teenager, turns out he's going to be very, very messed up in the face and turn to the Lord Zed. Holy frick. And I think that's basically all that was told. And then they're going to make a new one called Power Ranger Universe, which you have a bunch of characters that will most likely turn to the Morphin Masters sooner or later. And then we have one familiar character, which they decided to make a new variant. So now we have the lighter version of the Phantom Ranger. So the Phantom Ranger, which he's going to get most likely another freaking skin. He's going to get another re-release as the White Ranger. So now he's the White Ranger before. So apparently he actually did battle with some dark dude, and he's going to turn into a Black Ranger. I think that's most likely what's going on here. Yeah, he actually is a little bit, he didn't learn how to be nice and whatever beforehand. And now I guess he gets humbled in this. I think that's basically it. Of course, yeah, Zordon gets to have his own body again. And yeah, that worked all the way until they were like, come on, join us. Forget Earth. It's like, no, I'm Zordon of Earth, not Eltar of Earth. Yeah, and Eltarian War. That was it. So it's like, yeah, so all that. That's all basically the whole entire spiel that they did. And sorry to be like, and everyone, that's cool. All of them that was there, that was freaking cool. That was awesome. It was cool and interesting about the new person and how she actually went from being hired in a comic book shop, then someone's younger sibling worked at Boom Comics. She got to have a chance, and now she's here. Yep, being California rules, I guess. So that's basically it. And they just talked more and more about how the story changes and how they worked as a team to figure out what stories should be told and what's a better, compelling story. And that's basically it. Now the little rant I have to say at the end before we do the poll of the week. All right, so, excuse me. The real freaking issue I have here, even though there has been a few who tried to do it, but me personally, it's like, I would like it to be just like what everyone else does, you know? It's like, yes, you could do a big glop fool, but I wish there was someone who's a Power Ranger fan who actually looked through the comics. And I guess technically Dawson Rider might have done it. It's like Dawson Rider might have done it, but I guess I must have failed out on it. But it's like, hey, Dawson Rider does a lot of things. We need someone who actually is dedicated to do the comic. If we had someone dedicated to do the comic and just straight up went through the comic by comic and just, you know, just basically told the story to the comic, which I bet might be someone out there that is doing it, it's just that I'm not in the loop. That would be great. But for right now, it's kind of sad where it's like, yeah, I'm way lost. I think the last time I was listening was when it turns out one of the Omega Rangers was actually bad. She turned bad, and now, oh, damn. They have Dracon with them, and he could have a redemption arc, and Go-Go is basically revealing who's the new Green Ranger. That's where I stopped. That's where I actually have lost you. So it's like, yeah, can we have someone who's a dedicated person who is doing the comics? Like, dedicated? Because Marvel has people who's dedicated doing the comics. DC has many people doing the comics. But Power Rangers, no. Power Rangers, freaking no. It's like, yeah, Boom Comics shows up, and then what happens? No one's here to actually be like, okay, I'll review it. So that's the real issue here. Anyways, let's talk about the poll of the week. And of course, last but not least, folks, let's do the poll of the week. So, for Fans Friday, I basically asked what did you like about Fans Friday that Hasbro did on Power Rangers. Now, it looks like on YouTube side, we have 7 people in all who voted. Awesome. And out of the 7, 6 of them said the Red Eclipter, and 1 person said Boom Comics. But meanwhile, what we have in Twitter, good job, guys. You guys beat Twitter. You beat Twitter. Nice. Only 1 person voted, and they said the Megazord. They actually were very, very happy that they got to talk more about the Megazord, and that's what the person actually liked. Yeah, it looks like Twitter's got to step up their game. Man, y'all guys have lost your edge. But anyways, that's all that we really need to talk about, and yeah, it's just sad that Red Eclipter, it looks like Loretta's going to get some of a beat down, considering apparently Red Eclipter is not that accurate. Yeah, and you already saw the pictures too, but just in case, here's the pictures again, where, yeah, it turns out they didn't do their homework. Yeah, the research department didn't do too well. So that sucks. That sucks very badly, but, well, anyways, I will come back with more Power Ranger videos very, very soon, especially one that actually deals with a theme park, which, of course, is just my thoughts, not actually they're going to make a theme park that's Power Rangers all the way through.